Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. This is literally impossible to find. I searched high and low, finally found it at a Rite Aid, which was like very random, but I found it at a Rite Aid and I'm so glad that I did because, like I said, I've been searching for this for everywhere and yeah. So I actually wear this foundation in the liquid form. I am definitely a powder person. I enjoy putting on powder products just because I have more oily skin. So for me, powder products are a must. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out and we're gonna see how it does. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start actually with the eyebrows. I didn't fill them in beforehand because I actually have some new eyebrow products to try. So I have two eyebrow products from Beauty Creations. I have the Beauty Creations Eyebrow Definer Pencil, and then I have the Beauty Creations Brow Tame Setting Gel. I purchased these from the Vanity Makeup Box. They have a website, so I'll be sure to link it down below. And I got the shade Dark Brown in the pencil, and I think the brow gel is just clear. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and try this out and see how well it works. So let's see. Okay, so here's the pencil, super cute. It's like this like light pink color and it comes with a spoolie on one end. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Also, ignore my skin. I was just kind of picking at it and it's like such a bad habit, but like, ugh, I couldn't help it. Okay, so I'm going to take the pencil and it's a little roll up and it's a very, very fine tip. I don't know if you guys can tell, but normally I just kind of like lightly outline the outside of my brow. And then, because my brows are pretty full naturally, like I have a lot of brow hair in general, I'll just do like the outsides and then I'll do like down here. And my hand is very light. Like I use a very light hand because I don't want to overdo it with the brow products. Like this is not 2016. So that's kind of what I do. And then I don't really touch like the front. I just kind of go under here. And then whatever's down here, I just like brush up. I want the front to look as natural as possible and then I just brush it out. And that's literally all I do. So I'm going to do it again to the other side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brow gel. Okay, so here's what it looks like. It's called Brow Tame by, what's upside down, huh? Brow Tame by Beauty Creations. I will link everything down below if I can find it online. But it just has this like tiny brush, which is what drew me to this product in the first place. And yeah, it's clear. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to brush up and then to the side. I like how little this brush is. Actually, I like the size of it a lot. I wasn't sure, but I actually like that. So far so good. That's a win. Since I want to give this powder foundation a fair shot, I'm going to go ahead and use all of the like bases and products that I would normally use if I were to put on like a liquid foundation. So I'm going to go in with the Milk Hydro Primer because I love this primer and this is normally what I wear on the daily when I wear makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it everywhere. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. When I'm not wearing liquid foundation, I like to go in with concealer first because you never want to go over powders with cream products. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of this all over. And I'm going to blend that out with just like a beauty blender, a wet one. So now that that's on, I am going to actually take this Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I think it's just called Flawless Filter. I got the shade 4.5 Medium. And this is kind of like a glowy pre-foundation product. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. It just kind of gives you a nice glow without being too glittery like a highlighter, if that makes any sense. I know we're going in with powder, and this probably won't make a difference, but this is what I use, and it usually makes a difference when I wear liquids. It just kind of gives you like a glow from within. It looks really nice with liquids. So we're gonna try it out anyways with the powder, so that we get, you know, just like the full effect, especially since I want to treat this like it's my liquid foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna set my under eyes with the translucent powder because this powder matches my skin tone. I probably should have got a lighter one for underneath the eyes, huh? That would have been a smart idea. I don't know what I was thinking. But because this powder matches more of my skin, I don't want to take away from like the brightness under my eyes. I don't want it to look so dark under there because that's not what we're trying to do here. So I'm just going to take the Huda Beauty Pound Cake Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I'm just going to take this little beauty blender like sponge thing, and then I'm going to just go in and just kind of bake a little bit. I mean, I'm actually a really big fan of baking. I think I like it because I have oily skin, so for me, it doesn't over dry my skin. I'm just gonna leave it on for a few minutes and then I'll be right back, brush it off, and then we'll get to applying the powder. Okay, it's been a few minutes, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off the excess powder that I have. So I got the shade Golden Beige, and I think they have a pretty good shade range. I'm not exactly sure how many shades there are, but I know there are quite a few. So yeah, it just comes in this little cute compact, and then I think there's a sponge. Yes, so underneath the compact there is a mirror, and then the little like sponge comes in here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this just because it was provided, and I feel like you definitely get the best coverage using a sponge. So we're just gonna go right in. It is fragrance, so be warned that yeah, this does have fragrance. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do a few of these swipes, and we're just gonna pray that this is my color. I mean, it's kind of my color. It might be a little too light, but it's not like the worst. We'll warm it up right now. So, from what I can see, it actually covers pretty well. I'm gonna see if it'll cover this little section here. Wow, I did a pretty good job, actually. Okay, so I'm also gonna tell you guys this. If you have dry skin, I do not recommend this whatsoever because I personally don't struggle with dry skin. I have more oily skin, which I think I mentioned earlier in the video, that my skin's a little bit more on the oily side. So for me, this feels mattifying on my skin, okay? It feels mattifying. It feels like it's sucking the oils off of my skin. So if I were to use it as somebody who had dry skin, this would feel extremely uncomfortable. So if you have dry skin, don't use this. Also, this isn't really my color. I should have gone with a color that was darker, but they had very limited shades. I mean, this looks a little gray on me, but we're gonna try and make it work right now. Okay, so now that I've done the sponge, I'm actually gonna go in with like a normal brush now and just kind of brush it over everything just to make sure that I'm giving myself an even application. I would say that I've applied maybe like 2 layers of powder because I was grabbing a lot when I was rubbing it into the compact. If you do have texture, powders in general will emphasize the texture, so if you have textured skin, stay away. Also, if you have any kind of like dry patches, like I was saying earlier, stay away from the powder because it will emphasize all of that, and you definitely don't want that to be seen. But for me, my skin looks pretty decent right now, so I'm not like really complaining too much. And yeah, that's what it looks like on me. And honestly, I like it. I'm digging it. So let's just keep it going. Hopefully this is a good product. So now I'm actually going to try this new Physicians Formula Matte Monoi. I think that's how you say that. Monoi Matte Butter Bronzer. I bought this thinking that this was going to smell like the original butter bronzer. It does not. It is heavily fragranced, but it does not smell like the original butter bronzer. The original butter bronzer is too light for me. Like, it just doesn't show up on me. And I figured like this looked a little bit darker, but it still like barely kind of shows up on me. Like, I don't know. I feel like the shade range with Physicians Formula and their bronzers needs to be better in my opinion. But yeah, it smells good. It just doesn't smell like butter bronzer. It just smells like a completely different scent, in case you guys were wondering, or if you have the same issue where like the butter bronzer is too light for you. So we're just gonna bronze up our face. Hopefully this gives us some color, some warmth. I don't really think it's doing anything, to be honest. I might have to go in with a different one. I mean, you can kind of see it, but it's not really doing what I want. So I'm gonna go in with a different bronzer. Okay, I'm gonna use this BH Cosmetics Brilliance bronzer in the shade Bronzed Babe. And we're just gonna go from there. Yeah, way more pigment. For me at least. Oh yes. We're gonna contour the nose a little bit, nothing too crazy. I'm actually gonna go back in with this one since this is a little bit more like cooler toned, I would say. And I'm just gonna carve this nose, make it look cute and small. For blush, I'm gonna take this ColourPop and Disney Mulan blush in the shade Matchmaker. It's kind of like a very natural blush. Let's see if it'll show up. See what she gives us. I mean, okay. Nothing's really showing up on my face today. Okay, let's go in with something a little bit brighter. I'm gonna take this LA Colors single blush in the shade Toast. Let's see if this shows up. Okay. There's some color, a little bit, but not a lot. Which is fine. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let this kind of sit on my face. I'm going to do my eyes. I'll see what I do. And then I'll be back for the final look. So I'm actually in the middle of doing my eyes and I wanted to share a product because I actually really like this product. This is the Morphe 2 Jelly Eye Shimmer in the shade Whoa. I was actually talked into buying this product by one of the Morphe girls, but I'm so glad that she talked me into it because I am obsessed. So it's a jelly like eye shimmer. If you're familiar with like jelly highlighters, same concept, just in eyeshadow form. And I'm just gonna go in and just literally apply this. I got like the more bronzy shade. They have like a really pretty like champagne shade, which I might go back and get, but I saw this color and instantly I became obsessed. Like, how pretty is this for like summer? Okay. Oh, this is not gonna give it justice. But I promise you guys, this is not sponsored by Morphe. I don't have a code. I'm not that cool yet. But, okay, let me see. There it is on the eye. Like, look at how pretty it glistens. Okay, let me try and swatch it on my hand. Look at how that, like, glistens. It's so much cuter in real life. And on the eyelid, it's perfection. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I finished the eyes for the most part. And then I sprayed my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray. This is so dirty because it is well loved. It's almost gone. But yeah, I sprayed my face with this just so that my face doesn't look like I have powder on. I want it to still look like, you know, skin. So yeah, that is something I do recommend doing, is definitely setting your face with some kind of spray if you are planning on just using powder products only on your face, just so that that powdery kind of a look goes away and those powders really just sink into your skin and just kind of make everything look like as natural as possible, more like skin. But anyway, basically now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some lipstick, and then I'm gonna take some highlighter. Today's highlighter of choice is this Jaclyn Hill one It is in the shade Balm, and it's the loose highlighter. I actually got this like at Morphe, the Morphe store, for like 60% off. So I don't know, like, does she not make these anymore? I'm very confused. I feel like her products are like limited edition, and then she like relaunches her brand every like 6 months. I don't know. I'm confused, but yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and apply that everywhere. I don't always wear highlighter, but because this is like a powder foundation, I do want to keep the glowiness alive, if you know what I mean. I'm actually gonna add bottom lash mascara just so that it doesn't look so weird. Okay, now for lips, let's go ahead and go in with a lip liner. Let's see, what are we gonna use? Let's use one of these new ColourPop ones. Okay, so I'm gonna take this ColourPop lippy pencil in the shade So Happy. And it's just like a nude peachy color. I think I'm gonna fill it in as well. Now that that's on, I'm gonna take a lip gloss, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take this MAC Dazzle Glass in Prancin' Dancin'. I think I got this at like TJ Maxx. Sticky as I remember it. So that is it for the lips. And that is it for this entire, just zhuzh my hair a little bit. It's like so flat right now. That's it for this entire look, you guys. Here is the powder foundation one more time, up close and personal. I think it looks great, even though the color wasn't really my color. I think I kind of made it work. Definitely warmed it up with some bronzers. Powders I feel like are much harder to match than liquids for some reason. For the most part, I think it like looks really good for only wearing powder. I mean, this is like a look that I can easily get wearing liquid as well. So anyway, yeah, you guys, that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching me try out some new makeup, this powder, kind of like see if you want to, you know, try it out. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, you definitely should. I will have that linked. I will have that right here for you guys, my handle, and then I'll also have it linked down below. But yeah, without further ado, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.